From the NMSU Department of Journalism and Media Studies in collaboration with KRWG, this is the student-produced News22, where news matters.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Elijah Carvales.
And I'm Carpio Grego. The four men accused of committing the May 21st Young Park shooting are each getting their own trial.
The trial of Nathan Rivas, Josiah Ontinervos, Gustavo Dominguez, and Tomas Rivas are scheduled to begin February 9th of 2025 for the alleged involvement in the shooting that killed 3 teenagers and injured 15 people. The trials will now happen between February 9th and March 31st. They all face 3 counts of first-degree murder. Attorneys have asked for 5-day trials to put trial dates even closer together, with the first motion hearing scheduled for November 21st.
And Las Cruces police want your help finding the vehicles that ran over a man and killed him last Saturday night.
Yes, investigators say a 47-year-old man was walking across the 2200 block of Telshore. He was hit by a Chevy Impala that knocked him into the southbound lane. Police say southbound vehicles could have hit him and did not realize they hit a man. The 24-year-old driver of the Impala is cooperating with police. Anyone who may have witnessed the crash or has information is asked to call Las Cruces Police at 575-526-0795.
Well, Elijah, the calendar says November, but if you go outside, I can't tell.
I'm thinking the same thing. I really want to get my jackets out. What do you have to add to this?
Maybe on Sunday, but not tomorrow. But let's check out the live look from Corbett. This is our first day since we've had time change, and you can see not much, but there's some pretty lights, and the sun's really nice tonight, or the moon will be really nice tonight. So that's what we got for the live look. Let's check out the local temperatures. So today the skies are going to be clear. We had a high of 82 degrees today with a little bit of wind coming from the west and the southwest. Humidity was 12% today, and the dew point was 25 degrees. The barometer is at 30.22 degrees inches of pressure and dropping. And then today we had a high of 82 degrees, a low of 44 degrees, and actually in 2001 it was only 1 degree warmer when we set the record high for 83 degrees. And the lowest temperature was in 1967 with 25 degrees for November 4th. We had no rain today, but we're looking at about just under 9 inches for the year.
Thanks, Corey. Now, today's voting day for cities across the country, and we're getting closer to the results that will be coming in at 7 p.m. tonight, so make sure you keep an eye on that. As for Las Cruces, 3 city council seats and 2 Las Cruces Public School District positions are up for election. And as of 2 p.m., the total numbers of New Mexico voters of a cast ballot is about 259,690. So far, there have been 139,813 Democrats, 82,630 Republicans, 34,665 who did not state a political affiliation, 765 Libertarians, and 424 from other parties. In total, there have been 18,951 ballots cast in Doña Ana County, with 7,983 voting in person so far. Now here's a recap of some of the things the Las Cruces City Council approved at its meeting yesterday. Councilors approved amendments to future budgets for an ADA-compliant sidewalk program, an automated weather observation system for the airport, the real-time crime center where technicians monitor live videos to help reduce crime, improving natural gas pipelines, and giving $4.7 million to continue the Royal Crossing affordable housing construction near the site of the Old Country Club.
And when it comes to living on campus, there are many options offered for students, including first-year residential communities and apartment housing for upperclassmen.
And there used to be on-campus housing for married couples, but the apartment buildings have been abandoned for a couple years. News22 site Sanchez Aguilar tells us about why it's been unoccupied for so long.
NMSU student Nicolás Jaramillo is a South Campus resident, and he walks past what used to be Cole Village every day on his way to class.
I think it's sad, and it's actually kind of irritating because it takes up like multiple blocks. And I know that the university does use it, but right now they're just really sad, like broken down buildings that nobody lives in.
We didn't have any occupancies in here since 2017. It's been vacant since then.
These older buildings, built in 1965, were facing many challenges, including maintenance costs and the fact that they weren't ADA accessible. But there were other reasons why they were left behind.
So we're standing in one unit that we went in and just did a complete asbestos abatement. We had a lot of environmental concerns with asbestos in the paint, asbestos in the flooring and the piping.
This is part of what used to be Cole Village, but it's been abandoned for more than 8 years. So what's the future of this on-campus housing property? The next step is construction work with over 30 contractors.
They'll be doing the abatement first on any environmental hazards, and then doing demolition, where we'll be taking this all the way down to the ground. Another part of the project will actually be we'll have to relocate some utility lines that connect other housing units to the west end of campus that run right through the middle of this.
Jaramillo is concerned this will be an issue in the near future.
Pretty much anyone you talk to about housing on campus is going to have complaints about it in some capacity, whether it's freshman dorms or upper class South Campus. And this, if that happens and all of us experience like even worse problems than we already have, that's not going to look great for housing.
There are no current plans after demolition, but the university will be working on a new 10-year campus plan next year. Zaira Sanchez Aguilar, News 22.
Now make sure to stay tuned because Corey's going to be back with your national forecast.
I've heard something about a supermoon. Have you heard something about this?
I don't know, but it sounds very interesting.
I know. Corey, what do you have more to tell us about this?
Well, I'll tell you, that moon is super duper tonight. We're going to go ahead and look at the moon. So it's going to be the closest it's ever been since, or the closest the full moon will be this year for 2025. Supermoons hang low and appear big and bright on the horizon, especially just after sunset. The moon will reach its peak fullness at 8:19 tomorrow morning, and according to the Farmer's Almanac, November's supermoon marks the time when some of the first snow appears in the northern parts of the United States and Canada. Don't worry if you missed this one though. The next supermoon returns exactly in 1 month on November 4th. Now let's check out our national maps. Let's check out those national maps. So here we can see the national average of the national temperatures we had today this afternoon. With all the orange, yellow, and red, you can tell we are still experiencing a pretty warm November, with the highest temperatures over here near southeastern California in Arizona. And then we did have some below freezing temperatures in the Cascades over in Washington. Checking out the next map though, we can see what's going on with the country in kind of a larger picture. So this is going to be the rain and the snow for the next 48 hours. So we have a little bit of, we've got a little bit of snow and rain expected in New England. Those farmers were correct. And then we've also got a lot going on in the Pacific Northwest. So checking out the next map, you can see the atmospheric rivers that are coming to the region. So atmospheric rivers are about what they sound like. It's a corridor of moisture in the air between 250 and 375 miles wide, often over 1,000 miles long. So that's bringing a bunch of moisture to the region, and they're not expecting 1, not 2, but 4 over the course of the next week. So the West Coast is going to be getting hit with a lot of water. So yeah, I'll be back after this break with your local weather. And welcome back to News 22. Let's check out the weather today. So today we had temperatures that were pretty warm, as we talked about today. Up in Farmington, we had a temperature of 69 degrees. For you kids out there, we had 67 in Santa Fe. Albuquerque was looking at 77. Socorro was also looking at 77 today. Really warm temperatures over in Clovis, in Roswell. Obviously, you knew it was hot today in Las Cruces at 82 degrees. And Deming was experiencing 83 degrees today. Tomorrow, though, we're looking at a little bit cooler temperatures. It'll be a high of 71 in Farmington, 70 in Santa Fe, 74 in Albuquerque. Over in the west in Gallup, we're looking at 69 degrees. Socorro will be looking at 76. And then it'll be still pretty warm down in Las Cruces with 82 tomorrow and 83 in Deming as well. Tonight in Alamogordo, we're looking at some clear skies, and the temperature is going to be a low of 46. Tomorrow, you can also expect some hot temperatures at 79 degrees. Truth or Consequences, we're looking at a temperature of 44 degrees this evening. Clear skies, so you can check out that supermoon, and it'll be a high of 80 degrees tomorrow. Clear skies and maybe a cloud or two. In Silver City, you're looking at 43 degrees tonight, clear skies, and nice warm temperature of 75 degrees with sunny skies tomorrow. That's all for the low, and don't forget about Las Cruces. Tonight we're looking at a temperature of 44 degrees, clear skies, and a high of 82 degrees tomorrow. That's all For your local weather, back to the desk.
Well, in case you guys are not watching the Aggie basketball game, a lot more happened, and Aleka's got it all for you.
Thanks, Elijah. Coming up in sports, the NMSU men's basketball team is starting the season on a high note. You can toss that remote because News 22 Sports is next.
This is KRWG-TV News 22 Sports.
For the win! He got it!
Welcome back. I'm Aleka, and let's talk sports. Breaking news, UTEP men's basketball player Trey Horton was arrested on a DWI charge. Horton, a junior guard for the Miners from Charlotte, North Carolina, was charged for driving while intoxicated on Sunday, November 2nd. He was arrested that following Monday on a $750 personal reconnaissance bond. Horton was since been suspended from all basketball activities following this arrest. In a statement made by the UTEP Athletics Department, they state that they are still gathering information and Horton will be suspended until further notice. The basketball Aggies are just minutes away from their first tip-off this season against Adams State. But last Thursday, they entertained fans with an annual Dia de los Dunks scrimmage. The scrimmage was held in the Pan American Center, and it didn't cost anything to get in. The crowd got to get a feel of the 11 new players added to the roster this year, with only 2 returners remaining.
That we definitely got to work on, but I'm excited. It was honestly a pretty good crowd for the scrimmage, so it was a good time for sure.
It was an intense match as both teams put on a show. Head coach Jason Hooten went between both sidelines to talk strategy. The scrimmage ended with the black team winning 73-72. New Mexico State's new athletic director, Joe Fields, gave encouraging words to the fans for the team. NMSU's volleyball team left Ruston, Louisiana with a split. The Aggies took on Louisiana Tech this past weekend in a doubleheader. They had a strong start on Friday, beating Tech 3-1. This quickly changed as they returned on Saturday, in which Tech responded by sweeping the Aggies. The Aggies are now 7-5 in conference play and currently ranked 5th in conference. The Aggies will be traveling to Alabama as they take on Jack State in a doubleheader Thursday at 5 p.m. and Friday at 1 p.m. The game can be watched on ESPN+. NMSU's football team is digging themselves a hole. After a rough performance versus Western Kentucky on Saturday, the Aggies are now 3-5 on the season. Western Kentucky outscored the Aggies by 19 points, with the final score being a whopping 16-35. With only 4 games left, the Aggies will have to win 3 to be eligible for a bowl game. With one of the upcoming games being against 23rd ranked team in the nation, Tennessee, the Aggies will have their work cut out for them. They take on Kennesaw State Saturday for homecoming weekend, here in Las Cruces at 2 p.m. The game can also be watched on ESPN. And that's all for sports tonight. Join us for more sports action tomorrow. Still ahead on News 22, Corey will be back to take a look at your 5-day forecast.
And that's all for News 22 Tuesday. Thank you everyone for joining us tonight. Tune in
tomorrow night for more news. But don't go too far because Carmina Condon is next with Noticias 22 en Español. I'm Elijah Carvales.
And I'm Carpio Grego, and from the whole News 22 team, Aleka, Corey, Elijah, and myself, you guys have a good night.
This news brief en español is brought to you by Noticias 22, la información más completa de Nuevo México, El Paso y la frontera. Noticias 22.
Buenas tardes, les saluda Carmina Conde y estas son las breves de hoy con Noticias 22. 4 hombres que la policía de las Cruces sospecha que son responsables por el tiroteo de 21 de marzo del Young Park van a ser juzgados individualmente por el Tercer Distrito Judicial y juez Douglas Riggers. Nathan Rivas, Josiah Ontiveros, Gustavo Domínguez y Tomás Rivas enfrentan 3 cargos por asesinato en primer grado. Según la policía, un desacuerdo entre 2 grupos desencadenó la violencia en Young Park durante una reunión no autorizada de aficionados de carros que causó la muerte de 3 jóvenes y heridas a 15 personas. Aunque los casos están separados, los 4 acusados comparecerán juntos en una audiencia preliminar el 21 de noviembre. Los juicios para cada uno de ellos se harán en febrero y marzo. El tribunal acordó enviar cuestionarios al jurado antes de finales de noviembre con el objetivo de garantizar un grupo de 500 personas para los 2 primeros juicios en febrero. El Departamento de Policía de Las Cruces está buscando información sobre un accidente peatonal del sábado por la noche en el Boulevard Tirchur. Un hombre de 47 años, el cual la policía no identificó, falleció como resultado de ser golpeado por múltiples vehículos. Equipos de emergencia llegaron a la escena donde encontraron al hombre sufriendo de múltiples heridas. Fue pronunciado muerto en escena. Investigadores dicen que el hombre entró a la carretera de este a oeste en Telshore cuando fue golpeado por un carro Chevrolet Impala. El impacto inicial empujó al hombre a otro carril donde fue golpeado por otros vehículos. El conductor del Impala no fue herido y ha cooperado con la policía. La policía cree que es posible que otros conductores no se hayan dado cuenta de que atropellaron al peatón. Se solicita a cualquier persona que haya presenciado el accidente o tenga más información que contacte a la policía de Las Cruces. Y eso ha sido todo por mi parte. Recuerden seguirnos en nuestras redes sociales como Instagram y Facebook como Noticias 22 y nos vemos mañana.